Vahoma stories. Hey, I hope you are okay. That is fine. Welcome to Vahoma Stories to make yourself strong and never giving up in life.
A young woman, screaming in pain, is delivering a baby in a hospital room. The doctor and nurse work quickly, but despite their efforts, the woman loses a lot of blood. After a few tense moments, she gives birth successfully. However, immediately after, she dies due to the severe blood loss, leaving the baby crying in the nurse's arms. The woman's husband enters the room, visibly shocked and overcome with grief. He approaches the nurse who is holding the baby, and after a moment of silent mourning, he suddenly takes the baby from her. With tears streaming down his face, he holds the baby, staring at it for a long time, feeling the weight of the loss. After a while, his emotions spiral out of control. In a sudden outburst of anger and despair, he throws the baby onto the bed in front of the nurse and rushes out of the room, leaving the baby alone. The nurse, stunned by the husband's reaction, gently picks up the baby. Holding the child carefully, she looks at the infant with tender care and a deep sense of responsibility. She steps out of the room and heads to the hospital officer's office, her face filled with determination. She enters and, after a tense exchange, pleads with the officer to allow her to take care of the baby as her own. Her passion and compassion are clear, and after a long pause, the officer gives his consent. The nurse takes the baby home, cradling it gently. Her heart is full of love and concern for this child who has just lost both of its parents. She enters her house and is met by her husband, who seems to be in a state of panic upon seeing the baby. Her husband looks at the baby in her arms, his face a mixture of confusion and fear. He confronts her, asking why she brought the child into their home. The nurse tries to calm him, explaining everything that happened at the hospital, from the mother's death to the officer's approval for her to care for the baby. She spends a long time explaining the situation, speaking from her heart. Gradually, he begins to understand her actions. He softens, his expression changing from anger to acceptance. He then gently asks if he could hold the baby. The nurse hands the baby to her husband, who holds it carefully. He looks at the child with new eyes, his pain now mixed with compassion. They sit together on the couch, the baby between them. He turns to her saying, "Thank you for humbling this baby. I was also a victim when I was born into this world, much like this child. But now, I'm ready to love and care for this baby, to help it succeed in life." The nurse, moved by his words, leans in to hug him. They hold each other for a moment, both feeling the weight of the journey ahead. Despite their grief, a sense of hope and healing settles between them as they begin their new life with the baby.